Hey, so many of you are already aware of the unique Auto Developments Android box that you can get for your XF. Now, this system is available for the 2010 to 2015 models, and this is really just essentially a box that connects to your OEM head unit. And many of you actually asked me last year already if I was going to fit this to my XFR, and I wasn't really sure whether I wanted to because I wasn't sure about whether the technology had been proven. Now, the nice thing about this particular one is it works great with your OEM system. It works with all the OEM systems like your steering wheel, your reverse camera. The only drawback here is that your OEM sat-nav will no longer work because it uses the sat-nav key on your OEM head unit to display your Android and Apple CarPlay screens. The other thing is any USB that is on the car, OEM USB, is not going to work, and that's the case with most of these Android aftermarket systems. Your factory USBs are not going to work, and you have to use the USB dongles that are supplied with the system. But there is a new Android system that has come out, and I'm just going to show you guys what that looks like. Now, this is a Tesla sized screen, and it's a 9.7-inch screen that actually fits in the dash of your car. It replaces everything, including your OEM AC controls. So you have to remove all of that from the car, but we're going to come to this one a little bit later. I just want to tell you guys a little more about this one, and this one's 515 pounds. Here we have some of the advantages. We have full wireless as well as wired CarPlay functionality for iPhone 5 or later, as well as Android Auto functionality for compatible Android phone models. So obviously you've got to have the Android Auto or the CarPlay app on your phone in order for this to work. And that's the case with most modern cars today as well. And we also have voice control for Siri. I have seen voice control for Google as well on various videos that I've watched, so that function actually works as well. They do supply a microphone that is an external microphone that you have to hook up somewhere, maybe to your sun visor or something ahead or above you, where the system can actually hear you. And so that is one drawback there. You have to run a microphone somewhere on the car. I would probably put mine on the A-pillar on the side. That's where I had my Audi's one, and it worked flawlessly. Now you can also play music from your phone apps and all that. So, you know, this is all stuff that you already know. Now this answers our question. The facelift model Mark 1 Jaguar XF with a 7-inch Bosch infotainment system. So 2011 to 2015 X250, it's not compatible with the older models. Okay, so if you do have an older model with the Denso system or a Mark II XF with the Denso system, it's not going to work. And that's very important to note as well. Same thing with the XJ. Now, I've seen this system working in other XFs, and it seems to work very, very well. There's a guy called Dennis Blackstock who has a YouTube channel as well. So I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description of this video. If you're interested in seeing how to actually install this system, he gives a really, really great 2-part video series on how to install the system yourself. So if I'd bought this, I probably would have used his videos to check how to install it, because taking the dash apart is easy for me, but it's wiring everything up and getting everything to work properly and where to route your cables. The only thing that he did on his, which I probably would not do on mine, is he installed his box under the glove compartment. Now that is an area where technicians do need access when they're servicing the pollen filter of the car. So for me, that's not a very good solution of where to put it. I would probably put it in the glove box or at the top of the glove box, or maybe behind the glove box. Just remove the glove box entirely and just put it behind the glove box, where one can still get access to the pollen filter when you need to service it. So go check his video out on how to install this. It's extremely interesting and you'll enjoy that. Now, I actually saw this system here on one of his videos as well. Now, he has one of these in his clutches and he's busy testing it right now. He said he's going to do a video on installing this to his XF, and he's got a V8 5-litre supercharged XF, and he's going to install this one to his car as well. Now, he did a video on testing all his apps, and he loaded all his apps. He just hooked it up to a battery and in his house, hadn't fitted it to the car yet, and it seems to be very responsive. So I'm very impressed with the way this system actually works. It's fast, there's no lag at all, and I think all of us who own XFs with an OEM head unit, we know that it's a very laggy system. You've got to go through countless menus to get to sound settings and Bluetooth settings. It's extremely cumbersome to use, and it is really outdated now. Whether you are looking to use this system or going with a full Android system, which this is, you are really going to bring your car up to date as far as technology is concerned, because this system here, like I said, is a full Android system. It's a full screen system, so like I said, it replaces your AC controls and it fits lower down in your dash. And there are other pictures here. Now, these are development pictures. You can see they hadn't yet put the buttons on the unit yet. They've got the control knobs but not the buttons, and everything is silver. Now, the unit that Dennis actually had, this one here, you can see it's black, and that doesn't match our car's dash, as you well know. But the unit that Dennis had, the buttons down here are like these buttons. Now, keep in mind, over here in this area over here, we have our lock, unlock, our hazard switch buttons, because this wood trim actually goes all the way across on our models. So as we can see over here, so there are our buttons over there. Now, these are going to be done away with. So what they did is they were very clever. They went and put these buttons down here. So you've still got your hazard switch, and I've seen on the Chinese videos, because Canavie actually have done some videos on this showing how everything works, showing that the aircon controls all work, and you can use these buttons down here for the AC controls. But over here, when you touch the screen, your AC controls come up on the screen as well, and you can control your seat heating and cooling, as well as your heated steering wheel from these soft buttons over here. But the nice thing is they're always there. You don't have to go into a menu like you do now on your car to go and turn on your heated steering wheel or your cooled seats. And I find this extremely interesting to have in your car. The other thing is, even though the screen is so big, you can actually have it split. So you can have your maps at the top and you can have something else below, or you can just have the maps fill the entire screen like you get on a Tesla. But your AC controls, when they actually go down, you have short buttons at the bottom of the screen still, and you can touch them and then all the controls will come up, which is great. And the nice thing is it goes over your air vents. Your air vents can still close. The only thing that I don't like is that they supply, well, Dennis was supplied with a black trim that goes over here, so that's not really going to match your wood trim in your car. But one can remedy that with maybe a wrap. If you get a wrap that's similar to the wood that's in your car, you can wrap it and then just clip it on. And that's probably what I would do if I had to fit the system in my XFR, because I want it looking as much OEM as possible. The other thing is the surround over here. Now, this one has a kind of wood effect on it, but on Dennis's one I could see that it is smooth, like this one over here. It's just smooth, but it is silver. So it kind of matches the rest of the dash on this side over here, but it's not textured to be the same as your aluminum trim. So that could be a problem for some of you. They say XF 2005 to 2015, but this is not the case. It's, I think, for facelift models only, but check with them. Now this system's fitted with an Android 10 system. It's an octa-core system, 1.8 gigahertz, which is why it is so fast. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM and it has a 64 gigabyte flash hard drive. The resolution is 720p, and that's all you need on a screen that size. It doesn't have to be 1080p. It's still going to be crisp and clear at that size, and you can actually insert a 4G SIM card as well, which is great. But why would you need that if you're actually hooking your phone up wirelessly to this thing all the time, just like you would in Android Auto or CarPlay? It would just use the 4G or 5G that's on your phone. Now, there is no DVD function on this because it can play YouTube, it can play movies from your phone, it can do mirrorcasting as well. And I'm just going to go a little bit further down. They say here that it has an IPS screen, which is nice to know. There's Wi-Fi navigation, radio, DAB, which is optional. Now the Wi-Fi you definitely need. Okay, so if this is an option that you got to tick when you buy it, make sure you tick that option because you need that Wi-Fi antenna in order to communicate wirelessly with your phone. The other thing is it also comes with a sat-nav antenna, because you are no longer going to use your car's OEM sat-nav antenna because that is now redundant. And make sure that you put that antenna in a good place where it's going to get good reception. It also has Bluetooth hands-free as well as Bluetooth hands-free music. Now steering wheel controls are supported as well as the OEM rear view camera, and in one of the videos you'll actually see it playing there. I think this system is really worth taking a look, but I'm going to wait until Dennis has actually fitted this unit to his car because I'm interested to see if he's going to hit any snags along the way and how he resolves it. He's already fitted one of these Tesla style units to one of his other vehicles, and this is how he came about this one for his XF. So I think this is a very, very interesting option if you're thinking of doing that. But if you don't want to change the dash of your car and you don't want to go full Android, then give this one a look. And I think it's also a very worthy system because you're getting Android Auto, you're getting Apple CarPlay. So for those of you who've just bought a Jaguar XF, first of all, congratulations. And I think many of you will be looking to mod your car in some form or fashion. The head unit is definitely something that does need updating, and whether I go for this system or this system over here is going to depend on how Dennis gives feedback on his. They've done a lot of testing on these units, fitting them to a car, checking fitment and functionality, but I don't think they've concentrated on durability. And durability is as important, if not more important, than the functionality of it. You want all those things plus durability. And I don't want to have to spend $1,000 on something and go through all the trouble of taking out all these components of my car only to find out that a year down the line this thing fails and the screen stops working or it starts glitching and I have to take the whole thing out again and put my whole system back in the car. This one over here has at least a warranty on it, and this is something that I don't think would fail. This is something that I think would be more durable and would last longer because you're not replacing the car's motherboard or the screen or its components. You're just attaching a component which is just going to work through the car's OEM screen. And if that box fails, it's easy to just buy another one and swap it out for a new one. But this thing here, if this fails, you literally have to take the whole thing out and put all your OEM stuff back. If you do have an old XF, just check with them that this does fit your car, because the plugs and the wiring looms on the older car are different, because we are comparing a Denso system to a Bosch system. This system is also available for the XK and the XKR, but the ones with a facelifted system as well, once again. So if you have a XK or an XKR with the Bosch system fitted, and you'll see by your menu screen if it's got the new menu that Jaguar brought out, I think in 2011, then you can also fit the system to your car. Now keep in mind, this is only available for left-hand drive. It's not available for right-hand drive yet. I have reached out to them and I've asked them, are they going to produce this for right-hand drive, because there are thousands of XFs in right-hand drive in the UK, and I think many guys in the UK would love to fit this particular system to your car. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Don't forget to check the links below. I'm going to put links to Unique Auto down below, as well as Canavie, as well as Dennis's channel. You can go and check his channel out and see his install video on this system, and then I think in the next few weeks he's going to release a video on installing this system. But it's also interesting just to watch his video on how he loaded his apps and hooked it up to a battery and got it to work, and how he was showing everything, and he actually gets his wife to hold the camera for him while he films. But very nice guy. Go and give him some love on his channel, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.